子小一岁，孙子大一岁。
他的叫他怎么叫？
叫孙子叫什么？
啊？
叫侄子。
侄子。
就是您的儿子叫您的孙子。
舅舅。
叫他叫舅舅。
叫舅舅。
他叫他的孙子叫侄子呗。
舅舅。
神奇。
Hello guys, I'm Faye. Welcome to my channel. Now we are in Yunnan province and we are gonna to have a family travel, and this time I took my husband and my father and mother. Hello. And now we have a rental car and we are gonna to head over to the Yuanyang Terraced. And during this whole way we're gonna to let you know what we get into. So my first impression of Yunnan, it was like stepping straight into a real-life paradise. The scenery there is just breathtaking and the weather feels like spring all year round. Seriously, it's amazing. The terrain in Yunnan is incredibly diverse. You got these jaw-dropping snow-capped mountains that seem to touch the sky. Mind-boggling terraced fields that are like works of art carved into the land by the Hani people hundreds of years ago. Deep and mysterious canyons and lakes, so beautiful. They look like something out of a dream. And get this, Yunnan sits right at the southwestern border of China. It's a cultural melting pot with a bunch of ethnic minorities living here. This means you will find tons of unique cultural spots and some seriously mouth-watering local food. We started this adventure in Kunming, then made our way south to the Yuanyang Terraced. Can you imagine the amount of hard work and dedication it took for the Hani people to create those terraces over centuries? They're absolutely mind-blowing. After that, we rode into the ancient city of Jianshui, where we even checked out a railway that's been running since the Republic of China era. We were totally digging into all the cool history behind it. Finally, we hopped on a cross-border high-speed railway and headed south from China to Laos. First stop in Laos was Ulaanbaatar, the ancient capital. The vibe there is so laid back, it's like time slows down. Then we hit up Ban Van, an outdoor enthusiast paradise. We had a blast with all the outdoor activities. And our journey wrapped up in Vientiane. I'm gonna break this epic journey down into 4 parts for you all. Each part is a completely unique adventure. So come along with us and let's explore the fascinating story of southwestern China together. We hopped in the car and drove south, and before you know it, we made our way to Fuxian Lake. It's not too far away from Kunming City. This lake is seriously something else. It's the second deepest freshwater lake in China, with a max depth of 159 meters. If you look at it on a map, the shape of the lake kind of looks like a human head, which is pretty wild. But here's where it gets even crazier. There's a legend that says there's supposed to be an ancient city that's been underwater at the bottom of the lake. And get this, locals say that on calm, peaceful days, if you're out on the lake, you can actually see the underwater city walls. It's like something out of a spooky, exciting mystery, and it sure adds a whole lot of mystery to this already amazing place. We arrived at a small village right by the Fuxian Lake. It was so peaceful there. Right by the lake, there were these beautiful sunflowers that the villagers had planted. You know, because this part of Yunnan has that warm spring-like weather all year round, a whole bunch of villages around here grow all kinds of flowers. Seriously, like 80% of the flowers in China come from Yunnan. When we got to the lake, it was insanely windy, and if it weren't for the surrounding mountains, I would totally thought it was the ocean. It's just that massive. We even spotted some people out on water sailing. The area is so beautiful that it attracts a lot of travelers who come here to stay for a while. You can go cycling around the lake or try your hand at fishing by the shore.
你们在这捞啥呢？虾？哪是虾呀？是那种小虾吗？你们小心点啊！
By lunchtime, we headed to a local restaurant in the village to try their specialty, stone pot fish. They use fish straight from the lake and simmer it into a stone pot. And let me tell you, the soup was absolutely delicious. Oh, and the pot lid is super unique. It looks like a straw hat. There's even a local saying in Yunnan, a straw hat is used as a pot cover. And that's exactly what they're talking about. After lunch, we sat by the roadside in the village, just relaxing and taking in a view of Fuxian Lake in the distance. Listening to the chatter of the villagers, it was seriously so nice. I'm definitely coming back to live here for a while in the future. After taking a little break, we hopped back in a car and continued driving south, heading into the Ailao Mountains of Yunnan. This place is all about dramatic peaks and deep valleys. It's seriously wild terrain. These mountains actually stretch all the way to the borders of Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam, acting like a natural barrier between China and Southeast Asia. It's pretty mind-blowing to think about how these massive mountains have shaped the region for centuries.
旁边这个是红河，也是云南一条著名的长河，它好像是流向东南亚的吧？
Oh, really?
对。
Why this name is Red River? I think the color is not red.
可能是因为两边这些土的颜色都是偏红，然后一下雨，它这个泥土冲到这个河里，就会把这个河显得很红，所以说取这个名字。我是这么认为的。
Okay. Sure.
比较浑浊。
Okay, maybe.
现在是冬天，它这个不下雨，所以说显得比较平静，然后湖水也比较干净。
Yeah, now it's not the rain day. It's not the rain season. Maybe in rain season, the the river is gonna to become red color.
对。
这是我们刚才开车上来的路，看多，完全就是盘山公路，从那个河谷最下面开车沿着爬上来的，太陡了。总共就40公里的公路，开了快1个小时了。我们现在还要继续沿着那边的公路继续往上爬，翻过这座山。那座山的对面应该就是元阳梯田，估计还得开个半个多小时。
看呀，这什么？你这什么老朋友？
Now we are waiting for the sun get lower and lower because the color is going to be really intensify. And with the surrounding mountains, with their lush, greeny, they provide a beautiful backdrop to this natural spectacle. And, you know, I think it's a really interesting experience for us to watch the sunset at Damazhe. It's not only to just seek a beautiful view, it's also an immersive experience that allowed us to connect with nature and appreciate the hard work and of the Hani people. The Hani terraces have been cultivated for more than 1,300 years. The Hani people who've lived here for generations carved these terraces layer by layer, following the natural curves of the mountains. The elevation from the bottom of the mountain to the top is over 2,000 meters. That's insane. And when you see it from above, it's like the mountain is wearing this massive, intricate suit of armor. Seriously, it's one of the most breathtaking sights you'll ever see. Nature and human ingenuity at its finest. After catching that epic sunset, we headed to our homestay. The sky was on fire with this stunning sunset glow. I sat drawn up as high as could be, and the view was unreal. The distant mountains were fading in all of the twilight, their outlines soft and dreamy, and the scattered lights from the villages that looked like little boats anchored in a calm harbor. It was pure magic. It got me thinking, the Hani people have lived in these mountains for generations, right? They built their lives here, surrounded by nature, living self-sufficiently. These terraces have been here for centuries, standing the test of time, quietly telling the stories of the past. It's humbling to see how deeply connected they are to this land. Moments like this make you appreciate the beauty of tradition and the power of nature. What a place! Hello guys, morning. Now is the time about 7:30 a.m. and we're gonna see the sunrise. But the weather is not really good. You can see that it's a little bit foggy now. We still gonna have a try because it heard that the sunrise, in a tourist field is really very beautiful. So I think, finger crossed, I hope that I can see that. Now we have arrived at Yuanyang Terraced Fields, and actually there's an official scenic spot to see the sunrise. Sunrise, but we have to pay. And the owner of our hotel, she told us that today the weather is not really great, so it's not easy to see the sunrise. So she recommended us to find a place that we don't have to pay. So now we are going to this place and hope that we can see the sunrise.
大概率看不见。
Yeah. But now, yeah, you know, the weather forecast said that the cold wind comes to this place today, and now it's foggy. It's not really easy to see that. Finger crossed. Let me show you the wow. Let me show you the terraced field. Even though it's a little foggy, but still so beautiful. The few days we'll be in Yunnan happen to coincide with a cold wave sweeping across the whole of China. And even in Yuanyang, way down in the southern part of Yunnan, couldn't escape it. Right after, we just got to the sunrise viewpoint, and out of nowhere, the thick fog started rolling up from the mountainside, all the way to the peak. Before we knew it, we were right in the midst of the clouds. But honestly, I think the fog made the whole thing even cooler. It added this mysterious vibe to the terraces, like they were hiding some ancient secret. This was pretty magical in its own way. Now I'm working in the village, and as you can hear that, there's a lot of roosters. They are clawing. It's like the alarm clock tell everybody to get up. Oh my god. There's two cows? Two cows here? Hello. Guys. What are you eating? Oh, it's so interesting. Perhaps it's because there's limited land for building houses at a mountain. The buildings in this village are all tightly packed together, and the roads are super narrow. The drainage ditch right here can even build apart. You can get to other places by walking along it. Back in the day, the houses of the Hani people were constructed with mud and thatch. But these days, with a rise in economic income, life's gotten a lot more comfortable for the villagers. Most of them have upgraded to multi-story houses, which is a huge improvement. But here's the cool part. They've kept that traditional look by keeping the exterior walls that classic earthy mud color. It's like a perfect blend of old and new, and it gives the whole village this unique charm. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, actually, this morning we didn't see the sunrise. It was a little bit pity for us. But anyway, maybe tomorrow, if we have the enough time, we are gonna to see the sunrise again. And now we have finished our breakfast. We are heading over to the market because this morning it's gonna to have a market gathering here in Shengcun. And you know, I will show you. There's a lot of cars. They're driving to this market. Now the Spring Festival is coming, so there are a lot of people that have to buy something to prepare their Spring Festival. We afraid to have a traffic jam like that, so we just parked our car into a place far away from the market, and now we are walking to the market. Wow, I think it's a great choice for us to park the car far away from the market. And now later we're gonna to show you what we getting to. 这是在配钥匙吗？哦。我天，我感觉我都好久没见过配钥匙。
一般的老钥匙都这么做。
一件20元本店产品很是时尚大方，品种牌子质量效果，能力差价20元，在购物中省钱，在购物中赚钱，通过20元，20元。25买一件，
把这小一买，把这小一买。
我们俩就是这样。你们打伞都不好打。你们看要买什么吗？
水果。
我去买。
我买银币的。
买银币的。
古董。
应该有，还有。
把这小一买，把这小一买。
这个师傅多了，你吃不下去。
干的啥可吃你们？
把这小一买，把这小一买。
它的颜色不一样的。
装饰用的。这穿着那个当地的服装这么搭好看。这是豌豆尖儿。
对。这是大啥？茴香是吗？
不知道。
这是茴香是吗？
哎，吃香。
茴香。这是啥呀？
这是吃地菜。
这是啥？没见过。
这是野生的野生菜。
野菜。
哎。
这是野菜。
野菜。
对。这是咱昨儿炒的那个。
鸡蛋花。
对，那醋花。
醋花。折耳根。
折耳根。老板，这是啥呀？
四菇。
刺菇
啊，长在水里面。
蘑菇吗？
不是蘑菇。
刺菇。
它这个不是蘑菇了。
这个怎么做呢？
那是呀，炒吃煮吃都可以。
感觉像洋葱。
不是，它跟灵藕是一个品类，57块。
跟藕是一个品类。
这个我
老板。
可能这里都是卖肉的，卖水果吗？
他们在整理毛发，这个才肥，这只鸡才肥。
你手机给我吗？
这只鸡好肥呀、它们怎么这么肥呢？
吃的太好了。
这是你们当地的水牛哈？
黄牛。
黄牛
当地的。
我看当地不都是水牛吗？
我们是下面的，南沙。
外面过来的哈？
南沙，上面县城。
县城啊，
哎，
对。它这个集市这些东西都是从县城运过来的吗？
对。
哦。
啊，等一下啊！10块钱一根，
这个一根大概多少斤呢？
不知道没吃过。
没吃过哈。
姐姐下大雨了，怎么卖呀？
谢谢。
姐姐好漂亮。
So we got up again this morning to chase the sunrise. But surprise, the sun was a no-show again. But here's the cool part. We noticed there was a thin layer of snow covering the grass by the road. We heard from the locals that it hasn't snowed here in over a decade. Crazy, right? Seems like this cold wave really has a wide impact. We're planning to go to a rather primitive Hani village. It's called Azhike, and in Chinese, it literally means a prosperous and lucky place. This village is literally built into the side of the mountain. Its houses stacked up in this cool and even way. The roofs still have the original thatched ones, looking just like mushrooms one after another. Right next to the village, you got the iconic Hani rice terraces. The village itself is pretty small, only about 60 households, and get this, most of the people here are related. Back in the day, they mostly married within the community and lived pretty isolated from the outside world. But these days, some of the youngers have moved out to the cities, while the ones who stay kept the old ways alive. Sure, they've got a bit of tourism happening out now, but at their core, they're still living the traditional farming life, just like their ancestors did. As we are walking down a path into the village, the woods beside it is the sacred place of Azhike village. Usually, no one's allowed in there except during festivals or rituals where they honor their Hani ancestors. It's pretty intense, right? And then, out of nowhere, we spot this big white chicken just hanging out nearby. I'm not even kidding, it's like a standing guard over the sacred grove. Maybe it's the unofficial protector of the Hani ancestors or something. Either way, it was kind of a random but cool moment. This place is full of little surprises, and honestly, it just adds to the whole mystical vibe of the village. As we can see that this is the sacred mountain water. Hani people believe that everything in the world has a spirit, and the water is the blood of life given by gods. If we drink these waters, it will help us to be healthy and to be happy. Let me show you. I would like to have a try. It takes. No, I think there's no other. You know, it's just the water, and without any other taste. It's a little bit cold. I hope if I drink this kind of water, I can be happy and healthy. Oh, there's a rooster. He is also drinking the water. Rooster, hello rooster, does it taste good? Do you want to be healthy and happy? Come on, rooster. The Hani people usually hold a pig killing feast during the Spring Festival. They invite all their family and friends over for a huge dinner to celebrate together. This pig right here with its foot tied up was bought from the market. Kind of that, right? In a couple of days, it will probably end up as the main dish on the table. But hey, not all pigs have the same fate. Look at this lucky one. It's chilling in its nest with its buddy. Totally cozy. I think I accidentally woke it up though, and now it's giving me the side eye. And then there's this older pig. The Hani villagers are out here taking it for a walk. I think it's their daily exercise routine. You can totally tell the owner loves this pig to bits. Oh my god. I'm really scared. This is the roof of these buildings. We met a big pig and we can't go through that, so we find another. The Hani people, they live their traditional residence is a mushroom house. Yeah, which is just on my back. It's kind of, mushroom houses. And the walls of this house are generally made of rammed earth, which has good heat preservation. And the roof, I would like to show you. The roof is covered with trash or wooden tiles, which can effectively drain rainwater and protect the house from bad weather. Here's the deal with Hani houses. They're usually 3-story tall, and each floor has its own purpose. Ground floor, that's where they keep the livestock. Yep, animals live downstairs. The second floor is where all the action happens. Eating, sleeping, hanging out, you name it. And then there's the top floor, which is basically like an attic for storing grains, tours, and all that stuff. Pretty smart setup, right? So we got invited into one of these traditional homes by this super sweet lady in her 50s. 你好，
你好，你好，来快快来快快，
好暖和。
哎，走快快，今天太冷了。
今天下雪。
今天下雪了。
对，走快快，走快快。
谢谢。
不要谢，走。
这边主要就是靠生火取暖哈。
一个人看不定的咋，我都能红烧。今天啥个里面那个的煮饭，
煮饭。
煮糯米，今天煮糯米做粑粑。
哦，做粑粑。
过年。
过年。
今天就过年了吗？
今天不是明后天。
对。
明后天过年了。
先准备出来啊。
我们准备了，做粑粑了今天。
你汉语说的挺好的。
一点点。
算说的好。
老妈妈是以前没读过书，那现在是游客，我们一起玩。
学啊。
现在游客多多的一起玩，没事。一点点学会。阿江拿回来。
哦，这个。
好了。
这个是粑粑。
这个是烤吗？
烤
熟是吧？
烤熟。就别的挺了的。来了。哦，这个烤。今天烤熟。
叫年糕。
你们平时吃饭的话就吃这个主食吗？
平时就是和米饭。
还是米饭？
和米饭。这个是平时不吃啦，这个是过年的时候做。结婚的时候做。我们平时吃是和米饭，我们店里面做那的和米饭。
The red rice of the Hani ethnic group is a local characteristic crop. It originated more than 1,300 years ago and belongs to the ancient rice that humans domesticated earliest. This rice can handle the cold like a champ, which means it grows in the high-altitude mountains where other crops would just noped out. The Hani people in the Yuanyang area have been growing this rice since ancient times. They use pure mountain spring water to irrigate it. And guess what? No fertilizers, no chemicals, just 100% natural growth. That's why this red rice is not just good, it's next level amazing. These aren't just your average rice fields. They're a masterpiece of Asian engineering and ecological genius. At the top of the mountain, there's a thick forest. This forest is like a natural water tank, storing up water so that mountain springs flow years round. Below the forest, you got a village, and below the village, a jaw-dropping 3,000 levels of terraces. The water from the forest flows through bamboo waterways, passes through the village, and then feeds into the terraces. Eventually, it all merges into the river valley, completing this perfect water cycle. It's constantly injecting nutrients into the soil, keeping the land super fertile. It gets even cooler. The Hani terraces are also a paradise for animals. Chickens from the village come down to the fields to snack on insects. Ducks splash around in the puddles, and when the rice starts to grow, they even raise fish in the fields. The fish eat the rice flowers that fall into the water, and their pulp. Yeah, that becomes natural fertilizer for the rice. It's like an ultimate eco-friendly system. For thousands of years, the Hani people have lived in perfect harmony with nature, creating this incredible balance between humans, animals, and the environment. It's not just farming, it's a way of life.
叫八股线。
对，你们试一下嘛。
啊，
你们可以试呢。
不会给你弄乱吧？
弄乱了怎么办？
啊，没事，弄错的没事。
好好玩。
下面还有铃铛。
就是这个是
这个摆出来的时候，
哦，
就是大摆子，对，
织的头巾。
这个头纱的嘛子。
这个是汉尼。
这个是汉尼族，我是汉尼，我们都是汉尼族。你在哪里？
编出来的啊。
八股线、毛线、八股线。
八股线。
摆出来的时候，摆完的时候，就做嘛子。
哇，你太厉害了，手艺太好了。
哦，这用来编线用的。
对，
编他那个发饰。
这应该就是那个他们刚才编出来的那个。
好样啊！
那儿有他的那种服饰。
哦，那个是服饰。
我去看看。这上面是银子吗？这个是银子。
银子吗？
对。
这个是银，
这个是不是？
这个也不是，
这个是不是？
哦，
这个是男士的，这个是女。
哦，这是女士的，这是男士的。
就这种东西，它是银子的吧？
你可以穿啦，这个是你可以穿啦。
我可以穿。我穿不下。
可以吗？那嘛那。
那什么时候您需要穿这个？
这个是聚会的时候穿。
过节的时候。
聚会的时候穿聚会的衣服咯。
集会的时候。
这个是平常时候你穿。这个衣服是旅游没事。
旅游。
旅游拍照。可以平常时候你可以穿。
汉尼族是不是没有文字？
没有
没有文字。
没有。汉尼的是我们读书是美国人的没读书呢。现在是小朋友是小伙子那我都读了，美国人的读了。美国人读书了，现在是
每个人都在读书。
现在是美国人是读书了。
对，是的，是的。
以前没是我们地方是爸爸妈妈太苦了。吃饱的事都没有。裤子衣裳穿的没有。以前是苦多了。你没读过书，我们读书是没读过书。
咱这边一般多大结婚呢
？30。我们汉尼的是不需要读书的是早早的就可了，17、18岁的就可了。
18。
我们公家是16岁就会。
15岁。
16岁。
16岁。
16岁是我们是18岁没得咩小孩子个时候了。20岁这个噻，22岁这个噻。
现在也都好几个孙子了哈。
对。大女儿的孙子是比我的儿子1岁大。孙子大1岁，儿子小1岁。儿子小1岁，孙子大1岁。
就是您的儿子叫您的孙子
舅舅，
叫他叫舅舅，
叫舅舅。
他叫他的孙子叫侄子呗。
舅舅。
神奇。那你们这个在村子里有多少人呢？
村子里面是6户。
66户。
多少人呢？我不知道。
那您这寨子里是不是大部分都是亲戚？
多7多年。我们老公的弟兄是8个人的，儿子8个，姑娘2个。
哦。
我的老公爸爸是1个，妈妈是2个。我爸爸是1个，妈妈是2个。
爸爸娶了2个男的。
对。哦。一个生5个，
一个生5个。
对，没10多个了。我们说上面我们旁边上的是我们大哥家，这家是我叔叔家。哦。这一排是我们家的。
都是你家的。
是我家的。
全都认识的。也是，对。逢年过节就大家一块儿热闹。
对。我们过年一起过了。
下次的话我们再过来。
下一次。现在是可以。现在是可以。我们有什么吃什么，我吃什么你吃什么。
对。
我吃什么你吃什么，我们家一起铺传学，喜欢没事。我们去吃。那过了没事，到晚几天，这姑娘不要回去了。
Let's wrap up our adventures to the Yuanyang Terraced in Yunnan. What an incredible journey it's been, right? Next up, I'm heading to Jianshui to uncover the secrets behind a century-old railway. Think history, culture, and maybe a few surprises along the way. I can't wait to share it all of it with you guys. Thank you so much for following along. Remember to like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and all the things. See you in the next one.